Hi everybody, my name is Blue Phoenix, some people call me Eric. It's a really nice day outside, yet again. It's a little bit windy, but we'll just give this a shot. What's the worst that can happen, right? So this time we're going to talk about aromanticism, trying to find what that is. So it's a little bit harder to describe than just what is asexuality. The emotions and feelings that are associated with romance are just a bit more complicated than a basic desire for having sex. But basically, an aromantic is a person who does not feel romantic attraction, or another way of putting it is aromanticism is a lack of feeling romantic attraction. So then, what is romantic attraction? If it's that easy, on the Avon Wiki, you can find romantic attraction is an emotional response that most people often feel that results in a desire for a romantic relationship with the person that the attraction is felt towards. Well, okay, but what does that feel like? So, I don't know, I read on the Avon forums, like, people ask what does it feel like to romantic people. They kind of describe it as you get butterflies in your stomach, you get kind of a nervous feeling around people. You feel kind of warm and fuzzy around the person you're attracted to. You seem to want to spend a lot of time with the person. You're kind of infatuated with them. You laugh at their jokes, those kinds of things. And over time, that kind of develops in this desire to form this longer lasting relationship with the person. They also say that if you felt romantic attraction, then you just know it. Like deep down inside, instinctively, you just know it. So the contrapositive to that statement, which is also logically sound, is that if you're not sure, if you don't know it for sure, then you've never felt romantic attraction. It's really windy today. So what about crushes? What's up with that? So a crush is just kind of that initial infatuation with the person. And that's what is eventually what's going to lead you into wanting that longer relationship. Aromantics also use a term called squish. Squish is kind of this idea that you just want a friendship with the person. You're kind of infatuated with them, but really all you're looking for is just a friendship. You just want to spend time with the person. So how do you know the difference between a squish and a crush? Well, you just know it. Which is really frustrating. It's like, how do you know it? Makes you want to. I can't get a good grip on my hair to pull it out in this scenario, but it's kind of frustrating. If you haven't felt it, how would you know you haven't felt it? So, what if you experience a crush, but you really still don't have that desire for a longer lasting relationship? This may be a bit more of a gray area, like gray romanticism, where you're maybe the intensity of the crush isn't that much, or maybe it's conditional. Maybe you only feel it towards a very small number of people. But some people would say that just feeling that crush is enough to make you romantic. Whereas other people might say, well, it's really the desire for a romantic relationship that's more important in this case. So, I don't know how you can tell the difference. I guess it's just something you kind of have to figure out for yourself. And really, in the end, it's just a label. How you actually feel about it and whether you use the label or not, I don't know. That's really up to each person, each individual to decide for themselves. So, are you able to know you're aromantic if you've never been in a romantic relationship? And I would say that yes, you can. Kind of like asexuality, you lack that desire for partnered sex. You can lack that. If you just never feel romantic feelings in your life, then you could probably consider yourself aromantic safely without ever really having to try a relationship. And if you just don't have a desire for it, then maybe it's best not to do it. If you feel like you'd like to give it a try, Well, I would say there's no harm in trying, but there can be. So definitely approach it with care. So there can be some misconceptions about aromanticism. Aromanticism is not the same as asexuality. Really, only about 20% of asexuals consider themselves aromantic. The other 80% do desire romantic relationships. You can also be aromantic but desire sex. So if you think of terrible example, but like Charlie Sheen from 2.5 Men, you know, he goes around, he sleeps around, but he never really wants to form a long-lasting relationship with these women. That's not a great example because that kind of casts sexual aromantics in a bad light. It's just that they don't feel romantic feelings, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It also doesn't mean, aromanticism does not mean that a person feels no love at all. They could still have familial love, and they can form love in the bonds of their friendship too. So aromanticism doesn't mean you're just a robot that doesn't feel things. It just means you don't have romantic feelings. You don't feel that romantic attraction towards people. So I think in the next video I'll talk a little bit more personally about how I discovered my own asexuality and aromanticism, 99% aro. And yeah, I'll just save that for next time. And that's about it. So I'll catch you next time.